Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I have not posted in like 2 months maybe, or a month and a half or so, and I apologize, but honestly I've just been taking time to myself. With that, I have some updates, but first, if you don't already know me, my name is Kibi Giselle, and on my channel I talk about mental health and relationships, but I used to post Sundays and Wednesdays, but through my whole downbreak that I had, I figured out that I was just very overwhelmed with posting twice a week, and it came to a point where I was just rushing to get it done instead of enjoying the process. So now I'm only posting on Sundays. I am still focusing on mental health and relationships. Mental health because that's originally what sparked my interest, and then relationships because relationships, whether it be romantic or friendships, that still plays a big role on our mental health. So I think those topics are still important to include, so I will still include those. However, they will only be on Sundays. No longer will I dedicate a whole other day to it. So that is my update. Since I took such a long break, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about why it's important to take time to yourself if you need it, which I did. So first, things to remember. So basically we're talking about the importance of me time. Things to remember is that taking time to yourself is not selfish. Sometimes, so many factors that are playing into our lives can really overwhelm us. And if we're trying to run on low energy, it doesn't work. And you just become stressed and overwhelmed and have anxiety and all of that stuff. So if you need time to yourself, take it, and remember it's not selfish. And then number two, another thing to remember is that when you're in a mentally healthy state, you're a greater help to others. Have you ever been so overwhelmed and you have so many things on your plate that you can't even listen to the person that's like talking to you? Like you're just so in your head that you're not even listening to them, but you're just nodding your head. I don't like doing that, and I was doing that. So that was my cue to be like, all right, you need to go handle yourself. So those are things to remember. Now I'm going to talk about signs, some signs that may cue you to tell you that you need time to yourself. So number one is you're stressed, and I get it, we're all stressed all the time, but if you're overwhelmingly stressed and you're everywhere and you're popping off at people that don't deserve it, that probably is a sign that you need time to yourself. Number two is anxiety. If you're having anxiety, something is bothering you and you're looking into the future. A lot of times people have anxiety because they're thinking of future, and you need to stay in the present. So anxiety can be another cue that is telling you that you need to take time to yourself. Number three is you're fatigued or low energy. That was kind of what's happening with me, but also when that happens, for me it's a little different because I had my brain surgery and I also have hypothyroidism, which both of those are common symptoms to have fatigue. So I know when I'm stressing a lot, it tends to happen even more. So I was really fatigued, so that was a cue for me that I was just overwhelming and stressing myself. Number four is getting mad or annoyed easily. So if you're just, like I said, popping off at people or just getting annoyed for no reason, that's another sign that maybe you just need to take time to yourself. And lastly is overthinking. So if you're overthinking a lot, you're stressing, overthinking, take time to yourself. And I'm sure there's more cues, and if you do have things personally that that when that happens it's time to take time for yourself, put it in the comment section so other people can maybe relate to it or look out for those signs as well. And so now I'm going into things I like to do. So things I like to do for myself when I'm stressing. And number one is clean your area. So I'll clean my room and I'll feel good, and then I'll go to the kitchen and it's a mess. So that kind of doesn't help. So clean whatever you need to clean so that you feel like you're in a clean environment, per se. Number two is journal. So journal what's been going on, how you've been feeling, and then after you've done that, answer the question, what would you like to feel? So say for me, I was journaling and I was feeling overwhelmed and stressed and I had some anxiety, and at the end I answered, what would I like to feel? Well, I would like to feel calm. I would like to feel in control of my everyday life, instead of feeling what should I do next because I have so many things on my plate. So that is one thing I was writing as well. Number 3 is go on walks or swim. I love swimming and I love going on walks as well. I don't necessarily say run because when I'm fatigued, I don't feel like running. So I'm saying walk at least. Walk and get some sunlight. I love swimming because it's just water on your skin, and this hot summer heat too will help a lot too. Number 4, like I just said, get some sunlight. Do not, when I say take time to yourself, I don't mean close your blinds, turn off all the lights, and go to sleep. I kicked the camera. I don't mean that. I just mean take time to yourself to really internally figure out what's wrong. So don't seclude yourself because that actually might be counterproductive, and I don't want to say you might fall into depression, but likely that might happen. So do not close your blinds. Do not just go to sleep and turn off the lights. Don't seclude yourself in that way. Get outside, get some sunlight, and that type of thing. Number 5 is to color. I love coloring, and whenever I'm feeling stressed and I'm just coloring, I don't know why it relaxes me. So I'll color and I'll just throw on a podcast or something, which brings me to number 6 is podcast. Find a video that really you can resonate with, whether it be spiritual or motivational. Any of those will really help and kind of put you back in a healthy state. So those are my ideas or things that I like to do. If you have different things you like to do on your personal time, or per se your me time, then go ahead and do it and put it in the comment section down below, so maybe I can try other things if they are new things. Lastly, I wanted to point out this quote. As you see, I did a vision board also when I was on my me time. That was part of my me time. I was just doing some crafts. And I came across this quote that I really liked. And it says, keep taking time to yourself until you're you again. And I thought that was so me. I always do that. So I really love this quote. Keep taking time to yourself until you're you again. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.